I mean, I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past years. And
Satou Sabally just made the smartest move of her career by signing with the Indiana Fever. After 5 seasons with the Dallas Wings, you might be wondering why leave Dallas was solid. So what's the deal? Well, let me spell it out. For you, Caitlin Clark, she's the superstar rewriting the Wingboss history books.
They want to go to new things. Who don't want to come play for Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever?
Sabally saw what the rest of us already know. Clark has the power to change the trajectory of a franchise, and Indiana is on the rise because of her.
And it looks like Satou Sabally possibly could be headed to Indiana. This very much has sealed the deal.
Sabally made the call to team up with Clark because why wouldn't you want to fly with someone destined to take the Fever to new heights? It's a powerful move, and Sabally knows the only way to soar is to join forces with the one changing games.
Now, one player on the Dallas Wing team is up in the air. That is Satou Sabally. Now, she is a free agent, and many people are speculating she could be headed all the way up to Indiana.
Ashley Seville, Ewans flipped the W and B on its head by officially signing with the Indiana Fever. And let's get one thing straight. This is the kind of move that gets everyone talking. Sabally isn't just another player. She's one of the most versatile forwards in the league. Her 5 solid seasons with them Dallas Wings were about putting up numbers 15, 7.7 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. That's the stat line of a player you don't let walk out the door. Yet here we are, and the Fever just pulled off the biggest heist of the year.
Now, everybody pretty much on the Dallas team has reacted to Paige pretty much coming to them.
Let's address the obvious. The Fever didn't get lucky. They didn't stumble into this with a well-calculated cap. Face of $650,000, Indiana has been out here making boss moves. They're not waiting around for a miracle, they're building one. And guess what Sable's been eyeing? This first whale a mile. Don't believe me? Check her silence about Dallas's. Number 1, draft pick Paige Beers.
She has been quiet in line. Let's pull up her social media account right now because I'm telling you guys, this was spooky. Now, as soon as this news came out, and I was just, trying to see what everybody was saying, and it looked like she had
a post, not a tweet, not even a vague wish. All the best nothing. That's not just quiet, that's deafening. It's like she had one foot out the door the minute the Fever came, knocking the
biggest question of the hour is, what do she feel about the Dallas Wings having this number 1 pick? She has been extremely silent about it.
So what's really going on here?
Well, India is celebrating like they just won the lottery. Let's turn our attention to Dallas. They should be basking in the glory of securing Paige Beers in the 2025 draft. This is a once-in-a-generation player who can drop over 20 points a game without breaking a sweat. But instead of enjoying the spotlight, they've been left looking like the team that just misplaced their star player at the worst possible time. It's like throwing the party of the year, only to realize halfway through that your guest of honor dipped without saying goodbye. Let's talk about why Sabally left. She came back from injury last year and delivered career-high 17. 9 points per game, 45. 2% from three-point land. That's not just good, that's elite. But Dallas they offered her a 1-year deal worth $195,000. Sounds like a lot wrong for a player of Sabally's caliber. That's pocket change. It's insulting, honestly. No long-term security, no commitment, just vibes and a check that doesn't match her worth now. Let's drag Dallas a bit more, because they earned it. You secure a player like Paige Beers, who could carry your franchise into the next decade, but you fumbled the opportunity to keep Sabally. That's a front office disaster on a scale you rarely see. It's like buying a Ferrari and forgetting to ure it. Sabally could have been the perfect mentor, the perfect teammate, and the perfect second star, alongside Buckers. Instead, Dallas now looks like they're scrambling to tie together a plan that went up in smoke.
Queen, you still got your eyes on Indiana Fever. We still want you, but that is the truth.
The thirst is real, folks.
Meanwhile, over in Indiana, the Fever are doing everything right. They've already got a young, hungry core: Caitlin Clark, Melissa Smith, and Kaylee Mitchell. These aren't just players. These are future all-stars who know how to win and want it bad. Adding Sabally to the mix is like putting a turbo engine in an already fast car. GM Amber Cox and coach Stephanie White aren't just running a team, they're building something that could dominate the league for years. And let's not forget what Sabally brings to the table: defense check, clutch shooting check, drawing fouls like it's an art form double check. She's the kind of player who changes the pace of the game just by stepping on the court. Fever fans know it too. They've been blowing up social media with messages like, "This is our year" and "Indiana Fever Dynasty." Loading the hype isn't just about her talent, it's about what she represents: hope. A hope that Indiana can finally get back to the championship winning form they haven't seen since 2012. Caitlin Clark is the magnet pulling talent straight to the Indiana Fever. And if you needed proof, Satou Sabally just gave it to you. Let's be clear, Clark's a phenomenon. A one-woman show rewriting what it means to be a superstar. In the WNBA, dubbed the GOAT by fans, Clark's rise as a generational talent has turned Indiana into the league's hottest destination. In 2024 alone, the Fever sold out over 10 home games, a near miracle in the WNBA, and it's all thanks to Clark's ability to pack arenas and obliterate defenses. Sable's lethal 46% shooting from beyond the arc, paired with Clark's pinpoint playmaking. It's a disaster waiting to happen for every other team in the league. Opponent will be left scrambling, trying to decide which ticking time bomb to defuse. Double team Clark, pull Sabally out there, draining threes like it's target practice. Focus on Sally. Great Clark will just slice through defenses and do what she does best: make them look silly. One analyst even called Clark her own economy, and honestly, that's the most accurate description of her influence. This isn't hype, this is reality. But let's not forget, Caitlin Clark is more than a basketball star. She's a movement. Her presence has completely redefined what it means to play for the Fever. She's not just selling tickets, she's selling hope, ambition, and a vision of greatness. And Sabally, she saw the writing on the wall. This wasn't just about basketball for her, it was about aligning with a force that's transforming the WNBA. Playing with Clark isn't just a bonus, it's a career-redefining opportunity. Sab's journey to this moment, though it's nothing short of remarkable overseas, she's been absolutely killing it with her Turkish team, putting up numbers that scream superstar. She's not just holding her own in international play, she's leading, dominating, and proving why she's one of the most sought-after free agents in the league. That kind of overseas success doesn't just build hype, it raises her stock in the WNBA. Teams know they're not just getting a solid player, they're getting someone at the peak of their game, ready to impact both ends of the court. And then there's the Dallas drama. Let's not act like this wasn't a factor. Rumors have been swirling about Sabally's reluctance to share the spotlight with rookie phenom Paige Buckers. Sure, Buckers is expected to be a generational talent, but why should Sabally, who's already proven her worth, take a back seat? Why play second fiddle when you can be the centerpiece of something special? That's where the Indiana Fever come in. They didn't just understand her worth, they value it. Word on the street is that Sabally had been in talks with Fever management long before this became public. Those conversations weren't just about money, they were about vision, about building a championship contender, and giving Sabally a central role in that mission. Unlike, say, the New York Liberty, who are drowning in salary cap issues with their roster of max players, the Fever had both the resources and the foresight to lock Sabally in. And let's take a moment to applaud the Fever's management, because they're playing chess. While other teams are barely figuring out checkers, they didn't just throw money at Sabally. They strategically built a team around her with Caitlin Clark, Melissa Smith, Kelsey Mitchell, and now Satou Sabally. Indiana has gone from being an underdog to a legitimate championship threat practically overnight. This isn't just team building, this is empire building. Meanwhile, Dallas, they're left holding the bag, ending the #1 draft pick. Should have been their moment to shine. Paige Buckers is the kind of player franchises dream of, and she could have been the perfect complement to Sable's dominant and self-handled bag in spectacular fashion. Letting Sabally walk isn't just a loss, it's a franchise-altering mistake. It's like winning the lottery and then forgetting to cash the ticket.